Blade Warrior is a game released in 1991 for the Amiga, Atari ST and PC-DOS platforms. It's a pretty average side-scrolling hack-and-slash adventure set in the also overused pseudo-medieval sword and sorcery fantasy setting. You know the sort, swords, magic, all that stuff. So why am I talking about this game? And by dark, I mean not so much the subject matter, more the graphical style and the general atmosphere. Depressing landscapes of dark woods, barren wastelands, and old and creepy bridges create a unique gaming environment for the player. Instead of a world of light and color, the world of Blade Warrior is dark and gloomy, and I mean really dark and gloomy. I mean, everything is a shadow, a gestalt, a black silhouette. You, the castles, the trees, the background, the bridges, the enemies. This creates an interesting, eerie feeling, especially with the dark blue background and the moon looming over you.
Speaking of which, guess what your life meter is? It's the freaking moon. And the different moon phases indicate how hurt you are. To put it simple, the more you get hurt, the more the moon changes from a full moon to a new moon. New moon meaning that you're dead. This brings up some interesting questions. How is it that the phases of the freaking moon are connected to the life of our hero? Who is our hero, anyway? Is he some demigod that is connected to the moon? Does the connection of the loss of his life and the changing of the moon phases symbolize the loss of his time? Or is it just a design choice that the programmers took so they didn't have to put an ugly life bar in the screen? Granted, it's kind of cool and unique how they solved the problem of not showing a life bar, yet showing one in the surrounding. It's just kind of weird. Which other game do you know where the moon is the life bar? Besides walking around and fighting enemies, you gotta collect alchemical ingredients for your spells. Those range from spider webs, walking little mandragore roots, bats, rats, and even lightning bolts. You can mix the ingredients to spells at the castle you begin in, which is your base. You will also find old scrolls with weird cryptic messages. These messages are hints for what the 7 mages would want for you in return. Yes, you hear me right, there are 7 mages and you gotta trade with them. You can trade with your ingredients, your spell recipes, or other artifacts that you find along the way in the land of Murk. Your main goal is to collect the 7 tablets from the 7 wizards eventually, but this will take a while. You can save a lot of time if you choose the left door in the castles, basically enabling you to fly with your dragon over the skies of Murk. The game changes into a horizontal scrolling shooter where you have to shoot the oncoming bats on you or avoid them. If you get hit, don't worry because you will fall on the ground pretty much unharmed and can continue your way.
The many flaws of the game keep the game from making it an actual good game, and it stays just an average game, but for the cool graphical style and the general atmosphere, I will give this game 2.5 death mugs.
And now it's time for the bonus round. It's time to summon the Death Mug of Doom! Prost to everyone!
Corporations are bad, man. If video games have taught us anything, is that they're all evil. I know that because I used to work for one. Well, you shouldn't trust nature either. You may wake up to floating eyeballs, giant insects, and worst of all, lemmings.
I'm awesome!
If I wake up to death, I know I shouldn't have taken that mushroom pizza from that plumber.
Who the hell gets mushroom pizzas from a plumber anyway?
I must save the environment!
So what do you recommend against lemmings?
Flamethrowers and a positive outlook.
I'm cool!
No, you're not. You're a shoddy Sonic ripoff made by preachy tree huggers.
Hey, I like trees. I live in one.
You said that nature can turn on you.
Oh, shut up, you poor man's Boba Fett.
Go back to your LSD-inspired joke of a planet.
You're just jealous that my series got a third game and yours didn't.
Down with Dr. Machino!
Shut up, you rodent!
Possums are marsupials.
Shut up!
I'm cool. Did you know that Dr. Machino is polluting the rivers with his icky toxic waste, killing many woodland creatures?
My lands have been taken over and corrupted by the evil wizard Merc. Every creature I encounter wants to feed from me. In my opinion, this Dr. Machino is doing the right thing of getting rid of all the worthless woodland pests.
You're funny. What's your name?
I am known as the Blade Warrior, and if you utter another word, you will feel my vengeance.
You know what, Blade Man? I'm
Yeah, man, as I said, corporations suck.
Totally.
Thank you.